by the divine. For example, if I know only my head, that is not sufficient. If I know only my neck, that is not sufficient. If I know only my legs, that is not sufficient. But the more I know about myself, the more dynamic I become, the more expansive I become. And all the great that existed, or all the people who were called as great, are great because they lived in many human beings. I feel that warmth in the atmosphere as you are feeling, because you know they are not foreigners, they are your brothers and sisters. There are so many stories in Puranas like this, that I will not name it, but once two brothers met in a jungle. But they thought that they were enemies and they wanted to fight with each other. And when they came to blows, they couldn't hit each other. Then they took out their arrows. The arrows wouldn't work. They were quite surprised at this. And when they asked each other, "Who is your mother?" they found out mother was the same. And then they realized that they were not foreigners, neither enemies, but they were made of the same fiber. What sweetness, what beauty that knowledge has given them. And what security of understanding that everywhere in the whole world we have brothers and sisters who are on their inner being, on their divine, and how we are bound together with that love. When I talk of love, people think that I am trying to make you weak people, because people think those who love are weak. But the most dynamic power in this world is that of love. Is the most aggressive power is that of love. Even when we suffer in love, it is out of our strength that we suffer and not out of our weakness. For example, there was a teacher in China who used to teach the cocks how to fight. And the king of that place took his cocks to that teacher and told him that you please teach them how to fight. After 1 month, when the king went to take those cocks with him, he was surprised that the cocks were just silent, doing nothing. And he told the teacher that, what have you done to my cocks? They are not at all aggressive, they are not doing anything. How are they going to fight it out? There's going to be a race, there's going to be an exhibition of their strength. And what are we going to do about it? He said, you just take them. He took those 2 cocks with him and put them in the arena where there were other cocks who had come to fight. These 2 cocks were very nicely standing. All the other cocks started coaxing and torturing. They were just standing and looking at them. All the other cocks were surprised at their behavior and thought that they were very powerful, and they all fled away. The love that I'm talking about, the divine love, makes you not only strong but dynamic. It's the greatest luminous power that we can think of. Only when love is surrounded by growth and is lost in the growth, it looks as if it is weak and under chains. The time it is released, the dynamic power of love can transcend all the evil powers of the world. When people get their realization, automatically the ego drops out, to a great extent I should say, because you say that the vibrations are passing. You don't say that you are giving. Because the dropping of the ego, sometimes it happens that you feel that whatever you wanted to have, you've got it, and you better not talk about it. When there is any opposition from anywhere, you shun it and sit away from it. You don't want to face the opposition of any negative opposition, whether it is by speech or even by evil methods. We run away from that thinking, oh God, how are we going to face it? On the contrary, a person who is negative, who has got hatred, becomes schismoid, they call it, means a person who talks big. Such a person starts talking big. He thinks he's above everybody else, he can befool all the world. He takes a responsibility on himself. He starts a big ashram or some big place where he sits down with all his ignorance and starts spreading his knowledge, the so-called, to people. By his methods, people get impressed and they all go and fall at his feet. While the realized sits at home quietly, wondering what are these fools doing. But it is not now for the realized to sit down and to wonder and laugh at the foolishness of the people who are not yet realized. Not even to take pity on them, but to come out. Come out with the sword of love to win the whole world. It is very, very essential. If the creation has to be saved, then you are not to keep mum about it. All the wrong ideas about love, all the falsehood about love has to be given up. One must know that it is the dynamic power. And it won't allow you to sit comfortably with yourself, enjoying the peace and the bliss, when the rest of the world is not enjoying that and is playing into the hands of these evil geniuses who have come in this world to destroy and to bring the satanic realm on this earth. Now the days are gone when the people had to suffer. Christ suffered for us. Of course, Christ never suffered because he never suffered. He never wept. He was like those cocks, a very powerful personality. But today is the day to brighten up your understanding about your own strength that is there. Those who are gross should worry about their insecurities and their problems and their organizations, but not for the people who are realized. I have told you many times, and today he also remarked, that you should know you are never alone when you are realized. There have been many people who have been realized before even you were born, who exist, who are anxious to help you at every moment. In our Shastras we call them Chiranjivas, you know them. They are people who are Niranjanas. As he said about Bhairava and Hanumana, all these people exist and they are waiting just for a call from you. Once we went to the market, and there was a problem about something. And I had somebody with me, a disciple, who was also with me. I just wanted to see what will be his reaction. He tried to argue out with a person to tell him about something. So he told me, Mataji, let us go now. When we came out of the shop, I said, what are you going to do about it? He said, I have already told Hanuman to look after that part. And the work was done. It is gross, but it happens. When they fail, you can leave it to any one of them and they will have to jolly well do it. Because it is you who are on the stage and not they. They are the background people. They are the playbacks. But you must open your mouth, otherwise if they start thinking, what will people say? They are going to help you in every way. But how far are you standing on your security? How far are you standing on your property, on your understanding of yourself? It's a great war going on. You are not aware of it. Some of you are. Some of you are definitely aware of it because they have had the experience of fighting it out. It's a big war on. Now, especially when 10 Rakshasas have taken their avatars. And for you to be so feeble, you are still small children, no doubt, because you got your realization only a few days back. But if you want, you can grow very fast. You can grow into big giants. All of you can grow. Only thing you have to decide that you have to grow within. There are so many things that you only have discovered by which a person grows. I can give you food, but you have to grow yourself. Wherever you see the negativity, you have to stand up and say this is negativity and nothing else, whether you like it or not. In that you love that person, don't hate. Only talking sweetly is not the idea of love. No. A mother sometimes even scolds the child. Doesn't mean that she doesn't love. If it is necessary, you have to tell the person that it is negative. Of course, if there's a realized person, he won't mind any correction because he wants the correction. He knows that it has to be corrected. The instrument has to be corrected. But a person who doesn't understand, you have to force your love on that person. You can force that love, you know that. Sitting down here, many people have tried putting love around certain people who were trying to be mischievous, and they have been able to achieve great results. Those people have turned back and come back. Only by putting your hand and putting your attention on that person and moving this hand like this, the love encircles and the person comes back. There is no doubt that there is negativity and positivity, nothing in between. These you must remember. There is no compromise between the two. Either it is light and darkness, or it is positive and negative. Definitely there are two things that are fighting. Only thing, your will. That's the trouble with the whole joke. That your will is respected. Your will is throughout respected. If you have the will to be a giant that loves, you can be. The other day I met a psychiatrist, and he was catching his superego very much. I said, what's wrong with you? He said, my childhood. My childhood, I couldn't get much love. I said, now I am ready. Come in my lap. Take the love. He says, I want to flow my love, mother. I want to open out myself completely, without any fear. I said, you just start it. Don't worry what people are going to misunderstand. What people are going to say. It's nothing important what people are going to say or anything. For love, the satisfaction is only love, that you love another person. You just flow your love, I said, and you will see it will work. Just decide that I'm going to love you. And once you decide that, the whole heaven, the whole power of the heaven will fall at your feet. You believe me in this. If you see otherwise, I am an ordinary housewife. Some people always say, Mataji, how can be like you? Why not? I am just like you. I have the same problems as you have. But only thing I know that I am nothing but embodiment of that love that is divine. And I can't exist without it. Every moment of my life, let the love flow. Let the love. Every wave of my mind, convey the love. And that makes you completely powerful. If you read, I was reading Devi Mahatmya, in that they talk about a Rakshasa who faced primordial mother, the divine mother. And he laughed at her, you woman, what can you do to me? You are a woman. What can you do to me? And she smiled at him. Said, all right, come along, let us see. And with one stroke she cut his throat. Very clearly that shows that positivity can cut the throat of negativity. There is no hinsa in that. You must remember the difference between the two. If negativity is cut and positive brought out, that is the greatest ahimsa you can do to someone. You have seen what negativity does to people. You have now known what is negativity. You have seen how people suffer with spirit problems. And here they are also anxious to be loved. You will be surprised to know that if you really love them, they themselves come to me and say, give me salvation, mother. They come to me only for that sometimes with you, that I should give them salvation. And if I promise that, they take the birth again. But there are Rakshasas. There are Rakshasas. As I told you the other day, the Kali Yuga has laid a beautiful stage, and a very wonderful drama is to be played, in which the Ravana has to love Sita as a mother. The Kansa has to fall at the feet of Radha. Perhaps you do not know that Krishna wanted to kill Kansa. At that time, he was his uncle. So you see, the feeling came in him of his mother, that after all he is my brother. So he asked Radha, and Radha killed him, the Radha who loved the whole world at that time. She is the embodiment of love, and she killed Kamsa because it was to be. When you are playing in the hands of God, then if He wants to kill somebody, it has to be slain. But first of all, you have to be in the hands of God completely. It is His love only which kills this body. And when the songs of their strength and victory is sung, you have seen it, all my chakras, how they start working and vibrating, because the strength of those victorious days is still lingering on, and it is going to work through you. But what about your poor instrument, which is moving little slowly? The time when love has to rule, the Satyuga, if it has to come, it is going to be through your efforts. Now, before Sahaja, no efforts, but now all your efforts are divine. Whatever you do, whatever sympathetic you activate, you are getting it through parasympathetic. You don't do anything at all. But you can see yourself what stakes are involved. You are the chosen ones. Otherwise, why is it that you are the only people who got this realization, and so much you have come forward? Some of you got it only a few days back and have gone very far. Why? You are the chosen ones, and you have to take it upon yourself to be the channels of that divine love, that dynamic power, which is going to transform the whole conception of hatred on which all these nations and all these differences are created. It looks sometimes, how can it be? But now the days are gone, of Gokul. I was thinking of it, of the time when Krishna used to play his flute and he tried his Sahaja Yoga on the gopis and the gopas. Oh, we tried and tried and tried in different lives. Nothing worked. And now it is going to click like a spark. The chain reaction will start. But we have to have strong machines to carry that. Otherwise the fuse will be off. Only the strength that is in you is to be felt by your attention. That's the only thing you have to do, is to feel your attention and give up all that is falsehood. All that is falsehood, you see within yourself and you will know what is falsehood. Just drop it. Accept only the truth, and the truth will give you that power to be the real instrument, to carry the channel, that force of love. It should not mean that you have to be egoistic. You cannot be, even if you try to. You cannot harm anyone, even if you want to. So many of you have expressed that, Mataji, you are giving it to every Dick, Tom and Harry. I can't give it to Dick, Tom and Harry. It has to be a man who has been searching. It has to be a woman who has been searching in her previous life. You should know that whatever you have got it in your own right. So a person may look like a Dick, Tom, Harry, but he's not. He's a great saint. They are all saints sitting here. It's a center and nucleus of saintliness where the complete divine is flowing. Only thing is, let it flow out from you. This power is that of God, and it is not your responsibility to worry as to whether it will do good or bad. Even if you think that it may do some bad things according to the moral sciences of this world, ultimately it is going to be all right. Why that Jarasandha was to be killed, why that Kansa was to be killed, why Ravana was to be killed. Of course, killing doesn't help much, that I have realized. There's all those who were killed are back again in their saddle. But still, you don't fight those horrible people. You just fight yourself out. You just watch yourself. Where are you? What are you doing? Are you on the divine or on the gross? Just think about it. Every moment you are in meditation, just think of the moment and the dynamism of that moment. The complete power that is filling every moment just to go inside you. It will flow through your sahasrara inside your being and completely revolve around your whole being and transform the inside into a complete Chaitanya Shakti, a complete divine power. Allow it to come in. Accept it. Accept it without any fear. Let it get in. Every moment keep awake. It's a very precarious time that we are up to. I have only two hands, you can see that very clear. And though Mr. says that I can do everything, but not to make you do something. Your will be respected throughout. Every other thing can be looked after, except for one, that you should be a perfect machine, a perfect channel, a perfect flute, for my Lord to play that tune of love. It is for you to clear out all your 7 holes. It is for you to clear out your hollowness and to be complete within yourself, and He knows His job. He is the artist, but you are the instrument. And the harmonious music from so many souls can fill the ears of these evil people and can penetrate into their heart and put love into them, and maybe that they themselves will give up their evil ways and fall at the feet of love. Krishna is to be born within you today. A 5-year-old boy went to kill Kaliya. That Krishna is to be born within you. Went and sat on the Kaliya Sahasrara and was pressing with his feet And all the people were seeing the great drama of Krishna's dancing on the Kaliya Sahasrara. Krishna is to be born within your being. When you are Krishna, you are not going to see him. Let us now go to the state which is beyond words, beyond thoughts, into the realm of thoughtless awareness, where the divine is pouring its blessings. These people have decided today to have a puja, and you know what happens to me when you do my puja. So with all those problems that we'll be facing later, I would like all of you to be attentive about the puja and to take full advantage of that. With this puja, you get the mother's protection to begin with. And my chakras, when they start moving, they give you special powers of love and bless all your chakras and fill them up completely. So I would like you, though some 2 people are coming to do this, all of you to feel that you all are doing it. And you can feel it that way with oneness. And the blessings of my being will flow to you automatically.